So I was just thinking, as this year is coming to an end, what advice would I give some young dog trainers for 2020? Now that I'm on the tail end of my career, a lot of young people coming up that need maybe a little bit of advice. Maybe you don't, but I was just thinking, if someone asked me, what would I tell them? And the first thing I would say is, right now, in November here, start writing out your goals for 2020 and creating a plan. If it's to increase gross sales, then put a number on that, whatever it was. If it's, growing your business by 20, 30%, whatever that is, and then work backwards if this is relatively new to you. But, you need to figure out, divide that number by 12 and break it down to, monthly, weekly, and even daily. How many sales do I need to make? How much money do I need to bring in every week? How many dogs does that translate into? How many training packages does that turn into that I need to sell on a weekly and monthly basis? Get those numbers down. Know what those numbers are, because otherwise you're just doing business, and at the end of the month or the end of the year, you just say, "Oh, how much did I do?" And you're not really in control of anything. You're just kind of letting the world happen. And if you really want to make some real money and build a business and have a career and raise a family and take care of your kids, you got to be more methodical about the business side of things. So, of course, I'm assuming you know how to train a dog. We all know how to train a dog well. And start treating yourself and charging prices that a professional would charge. I used to think of myself in the same light as an electrician or a plumber, or any other service professional that is going to be helping a family with a serious problem, and nobody else can help them like me. It's not like they could use me, or they could just get some kid off the corner to dig a ditch in their backyard for them. This is highly skilled labor, being a dog trainer, and so you should get paid for it. Another thing, speaking about getting paid, I would highly suggest that you raise your prices by 20% across the board in 2020. And 20% is a good number for 2020. And I'm telling you, I don't think you're going to see a drop in sales. It may be a little stressful for you to do it. You may be a little uncomfortable asking for 20% more. Thing is, the public doesn't know what you were charging last year. And I remember talking to a dog trainer when I first started, and I said, "Well, what do you charge for a package like this?" He was like a mentor to me. And he said, "I charge $700. And I said, "Okay, I'll charge $700, for the same thing he was doing." And he laughed. He thought that was funny because it took him like 4 years or 5 years to get to that price. That same package, when he first started, he sold for $300. Then he went up to $395 and then $495 as he got the courage to raise those prices. I came in and just said, "What do you charge?" He said, $700. I said, "Okay, I'm going to charge $700. Boom, it was done. And I was selling those packages all day long at $700. I just felt that was the going rate. That's what people charged. A lot of this is psychological. We get hung up on numbers and we think it's too much. And just remember the benefit of what you're offering, with your service, and how it impacts people's lives when you can help them with their dog, And you got to pay the bills. Everything in life is expensive. I say this because dog trainers typically are not making a lot of money out there. And I think it's because we're just not asking for it, and we don't know how to sell. I have to assume that, because I'm assuming, again, that we know how to train the dogs. So get yourself squared away from a business perspective. Find a mentor if you need, a coach. I'm offering coaching. I could get on the phone with you for an hour. You could tell me what you have going on, and I could give you a lot of good advice that would help you. But maybe somebody local. It may be someone in a different profession. It's hard for us sometimes to listen to someone in another profession because we feel like it's different for us. It's not the same as what you do. What we do is very different. And in many ways it is. There are trainers online that are offering advice to dog trainers, and I hear this advice and I just think, what the hell are you guys talking about, man? It's not like a computer. And I used to tell my clients, you're not just bringing in a computer for me to get a bug out of it and send it back to you. This is something that involves everyone has to be on the same page to make this work with this dog. I can get some training into the dog. You need to see how it's done. You need to be able to replicate what I do. And then you guys all have to continue to do this moving forward. You don't just, it's not just, oh, we took care of the dog training, that's all done with. You guys know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I hope that helps you. Have a happy Thanksgiving if I don't get one out before then. But that's it. Scott with Six Figure Dog Trainer. Peace. Talk to you later.